In this session, we're going to be looking at three different functions. We're going to be looking at the substring function, we're going to be looking at the left function, and we're going to be looking at the right function. Now, these are three different functions that allow us take part of a string or extract part of a string. Now, a string is lots of characters strung together, and these three functions help us take part of them depending on how we need them. So we'll be starting with the first one, and the first one is the substring function, and we can see the syntax here, substr. And what does this do? The function returns a part of a string, and I'll give an example. Before I give an example, this is the syntax here. Select substring, then my column name, what position do I want to start, and what length do I want to start. So let me give an example. Let's go to pgadmin. Let me just give a quick example. So let's say my name is my name is Damilare, not let's say. My name is Damilare, so let's say Damilare. I'll just put that in the comments, Damilare. And this is a string, right? Let me zoom it in a bit. So this is a string. Now, substring would allow me extract any part of a string I want. So I could say I want to extract the MILA, and substring is that function that allows me to do it. So for substring function, we have three arguments that it takes in. It takes in the column name, right? It takes in the start position, and it takes in the length of the string or of the substring you want to take. Right, so let's go into pgadmin now and practicalize substring. So substring or the substr function, I think it's better that way. So we'll be using our string manipulation table. So let's see what's in the string manipulation table. So let's say select star from string manipulation. It's a table we already created. Manipulation. I'll run this just to inspect that table. So this is what I have in my table. I have first name, last name, course code, phone number, card number, gender, and address. Now I'm interested in this address, right? And you can see the address is Marina, Lagos, Nigeria, and that could be like city, state, and country, right? So I'm interested in extracting various parts of this string here, the string in the address. So what I'm interested in is extracting Lagos, right? So let's write this again. I want to extract Lagos from this address, just Lagos, nothing else. So I'm going to, let me just make this look nice. So let's say we want to extract address. So I want to see the full address, and I also want to extract Lagos, right? So the syntax, function to use is the substring function. So I say substring substr, and I open my bracket. Now I said it takes in three arguments. The first argument is the column name, and my column name is address. So address, that's the column where I want to do my substring. Now the second argument is the start position. Where do I want to start my substring? So if we click on Marina Lagos, if I double click on it and you see Marina Lagos, we have to count the number of characters and tell Postgres what points we want to start. So we want to take Lagos, right? So let's count the number of characters up to the first letter of Lagos. So M is one character, A is one character, R is another character, that's 3, I is 4, N is 5, A is 6, comma is 7, because comma is a character, space, the space between comma and L is 8, because space is also a character, and L finally is on position 9. So that's where we want to start from. So we are starting from position 9, right? And the third argument is the length of the string we want to take, or the substring we want to take. And Lagos is how many character length? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5-letter word, so 5 characters, so 5. Right? And I think we are good. This is our substring arguments are correct. We have our column name, we have our start position, and we have our length. And I'm just going to alias this as state of residence. Let's just state of residence, right? And let's cancel this and let's run this now, right? Let's run this now, and you can see we've extracted Lagos from that particular string of characters here in address. We've extracted just Lagos. Now, one thing I want to do again, we've talked about the substring function, and we can see how it works. So let's go to the other functions. I said we're going to be talking about the left function and the right function as well. So the left and the right functions are practically the same. They work the same way, right? Only they take things from different directions. So the left function returns a number of characters starting from the left. So it takes in two arguments, the string or the column name, and n. N is the number of characters you want to take, right? And it's just the left function. So now I will explain that. And the right function is also the same thing, but this time it's from the right. So let me quickly explain that. Let's go back to pgadmin. So I have my string in my address column, right? And say I want to take Marina. Mind you, this is the left. Left is the left part. This is the right. The left is the beginning. Right is the end. So I'm starting from the beginning or the left now. If I want to take Marina, I have to use the left function to take Marina. And all I need is the column name and how many characters from the left do I want to select. Marina is 6 characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I do that, right, and I put a comma here now, and I say left, right, left, and what's my column name? Address. And how many characters do I want from the left? I want 6 characters, and I want to store this as city, right? And let's run this. So you can see now I have Marina, right? So let's try the right function and let's take Nigeria. But you can see there's a full stop in our original address column. There's a full stop after Nigeria. We'll have to take it all and then clean it up later. So let's take it, both the Nigeria and the full stop. And the Nigeria and the full stop is a total of 8 characters from the right. So I'm going to do right function. My column is still address, right? And I'm taking 8 characters from the right. And I'm going to put that as country. And if we run this now, I have Nigeria, but not Nigeria per se. I have Nigeria dots. Now, how do I clean this up? How do I remove the dots? We've talked about a function that can help us remove things. We talked about the replace function, right? So if you want to try it out yourself, you can pause the video now and try out the replace function and see if it works. Okay, so I'm going to do it myself now. All I have to do is wrap this whole thing in a replace function, right? So I want to say replace, and I wrap this in a replace function. And the replace function, remember, it takes in 3 arguments: the column you want to replace or what you want to replace. And in this case, what I want to replace is right address 8, the right function, right? And then what string do you want to replace? I want to replace dots, right? So I'm going to put dots. That's the full stop. That's the first string I want to replace. And what do I want to replace it with? I want to replace it with nothing. So just put it there, nothing. And I'm going to close that bracket. And let's run this now. Okay, there's an error somewhere. The error is that I used double quotation marks instead of the inverted comma. So I want to replace dots, right? And there should be a comma after column, I want to replace dots with nothing. Dots, not comma. I just have to redo this. I want to replace dots, that's the full stop, and I want to replace it with nothing. So I'm going to leave nothing between my inverted commas, right? And I think my brackets are okay. And we'll run that again. And we can see that the dot is gone. We've replaced the dots, the full stop behind Nigeria before. We replaced it with nothing. And now the dot is gone and we have Nigeria as a country. So basically that's the substring left, and we've also used the right function. So in the next video we are going to be looking at okay, we're going to be giving a task, and we're going to be trying to solve that task using all the functions we've learned. So see you in the next video. Thank you.